Hello and welcome to Reality TV Cringe. I am one of your hosts, Delia, and I'm here with my real tight homegirl and my daughter-in-law, the effervescent, the juicy Lucy,
Ooh.
Beatrice.
That's me.
Was that too gross
No.
to call you a juicy Lucy?
Juicy Lucy.
It's probably inappropriate.
No, you talk about my razor blade all the time.
Okay, so I don't mean anything by it. I'm just saying, you're just so young and pretty, just walking around with that big old booty,
Stop
honey.
it.
It harkens me back to the days when I was walking around like that. But anyway, we are here to talk sister wives, honey, and I'm gonna try and not be negative.
Me too.
I'm gonna be so positive
Yeah.
about this whack-ass Christmas special that we got this Sunday, and I'm going to really do my very best to recap with some optimism.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, though, we do have to issue you a disclaimer. Please hide your wife and hide your kids. This is a politically incorrect podcast, which simply means that we're stupid,
Objectively.
we're dumb,
Yeah.
we say things without doing any research, and we don't care.
We're
Inflammatory, we're incendiary, and we're pretty.
So
And
pretty.
so if you're sensitive,
Go away already.
You might want to find yourself another dumpster.
Bye.
But if you're ready to party and have fun for Christmas in October, then welcome to this dumpster.
And if you like what we do over here, please be sure to follow us on Instagram at Reality TV Cringe and join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Reality TV Cringe. We are still covering Christine Brown Woolley's riveting book entitled Sister Wife over on Patreon. And we have many more plans for the holidays coming up, so you'll definitely want to join us in the VIP dumpster.
If you are watching on YouTube, please do not forget to like and comment and share and subscribe and hype us up. I was noticing that people were throwing us some of those hype points. I don't know if it means anything.
I think it helps a little bit.
I just feel like it's very affirming to me personally. And so thank you in advance.
Thank you.
Before we get into this recap, Beatrice, I do have to ask you, did you have any takeaways?
This is my only negative point that I will try for the remainder of this recap. Why do we have a Christmas special in the middle of October? I don't understand the timing of this season. Like, it was already released way too soon after season 19. I don't understand. And I feel like if you waited just like a month, we could have had the Christmas special around Christmas of this year. But no, we get a Christmas special now, the week of Halloween, and it's Christmas of 2024 that we're watching.
And it's not just a Christmas special that's out of the timeline and therefore very mysterious. At the end of this episode, everyone's wishing us a Merry Christmas.
I know.
From their interstitial couch, as if it's Christmas. And like, would it have been so difficult, production, to just like release season 20 at the end of October so that we could line this up a little bit and maybe be a little bit in the Christmas spirit? I don't understand the motivation.
That's what I'm saying.
TLC.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't get it at all.
It drives me nuts.
So I'm going to be the inappropriate raccoon in the dumpster who's getting old and doesn't give a shit. What are you going to do to me? Nothing. And I'm just going to say that Aurora's section,
cringe.
I could have done without. And Aurora herself is giving Arrested Development. Aurora is giving 15 years old and not 22-year-old established adult person who can vote and consume alcoholic beverages. Aurora is very childlike.
Yeah.
And it's concerning to me. And she's very sweet. I'm not saying she's not sweet. She looks like she's got a great heart and she loves Jesus and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's just very creepy.
It is
and
very
weird.
I agree with you.
And I'm just going to say it. And I'm sorry if you don't like it. But she's not a baby.
No.
She's not a tender.
She's 22 years old.
So I'm going to put it out there. That was weird AF.
It was so weird.
It was so 6'7".
Yeah. 6'7". Stop it.
I tried to figure out what that means.
I don't know.
I was looking on Google and but whatever that means, that's what it was.
Yeah. Based.
Okay, without further ado, let's get into this episode of Sister Wives Season 20, Episode
5.
Entitled
Kissing Another Man's Wife. Which I'm just like, okay.
That's what we need. We need to be lectured by Kody Brown about how to honor women.
I can't, girl. I can't. But we start the episode off with Mary and her wannabe lesbian lover Jen going to Christmas brunch at the Cracker Barrel.
I ship them hard.
I ship them too. I would love that for them. But they go to Christmas brunch at the Cracker Barrel, and this is where we have like some staged conversations about like Logan asking Mary for her candy cane recipe. Oh, that's great. Lovely. Don't care. And then we have...
But I do love...
What?
That Mary is in communication with Logan. I did see also that Logan left some sort of a comment on, I think, Kody's Instagram or the Special Forces Instagram, congratulating Kody for killing it this season.
Oh, God.
So it feels like Logan is putting himself out there in these various relationships. And I don't love it for Kody because he deserves nothing.
Nothing at all.
But I love that a little bit for Mary because she needs some of the family members in her corner, no?
I guess. But I'm like, if we're supposed to believe some of the stuff that Christine Brown is saying in her book, which again, we're covering on Patreon, I mean, she's coming for Mary a little bit and how mean and terrible Mary is. I'm just like, I don't know. If I was Logan in this position, I would really just be contacting Mary just so I can get the recipes. Not for any other reason.
Okay.
Not because I like her or anything. Hey, Mary, long time no talk. I really need that candy cane recipe, please. Thanks. But I guess it was sweet because she's like, oh, people care about me. And I do love that
or
for
this
her,
one person.
Yeah.
And Jen cares about me.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talk a little bit about Coyote Pass. And again, another like staged conversation where Mary's just like, yeah, I don't know why Kody can't communicate. I don't know what's going on. And that's all we get really about Coyote Pass. Because I guess at this point in 2024, it's still not paid off. Or not paid off. It's still not divided equally.
Right. The titles have not been sorted out. But I do think we have a buyer that's interested in our next episode.
Yeah.
But things are not moving and shaking. Now, is this conversation the same one where Jen calls Mary out and says, can you just say that he's an asshole?
Yes.
Can we like just tell the truth? And instead of like just existing in your brain, Mary, can we say the words out loud?
Yes.
That Kody is an absolute diabolical piece of trash?
And Mary's like, no, I don't want to be a bitch.
But you are a bitch.
I mean, for
this
real.
runs counter to who you actually are and who Christine says you are and who we know you to be. We know you have it in you, Mary.
Yep.
Call it out.
And Jen's like, well, let me give you bitch lessons. Yeah. And then I feel like this was supposed to be like a segue into their little like podcast, the Salty Birches or something. But we didn't really get into it. But it was just Jen being like, be a bitch.
Yeah.
End your nice girl era. And I'm like, when was her nice girl era? She didn't really have a nice one. It's more of like I'm going to roll over and just take everything that Kody gives me era.
Yeah.
Let's end that.
Which means you're a doormat.
Yes.
And that's your era. I did like the conversation about how Jen has been there with Mary from the very beginning.
Yes.
And that it was our girl Jen who initially encouraged Mary to get out of the house, you shut in, and go do something for yourself. Go to Lake Havasu or something and stay for a night.
Yeah.
And just become acclimated with the idea that you have your own agency or in your own person.
Yeah.
And that was Jen, and that Jen has been her biggest support this entire time.
Yeah.
And so props to Jen for that.
And Mary even says, like, I don't care what anybody says, Jen was and still is my only support system. And I believe that because Christine did away with Mary a long, long time ago. Janelle and Mary had always had problems because of their conflicting personalities. And Kody didn't give a shit about Mary at all. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate their friendship. I don't mind, like, seeing it on the show and everything. I just want Mary to really be the bitch that we know that she is and just say it outright. Like, she says little things here and there, like when they're talking about Coyote Pass, like how she doesn't understand why it wasn't divided up equally between the four people. Like, why do Kody and Robyn get more after the acquisition of Christine's plot? Like, how is that fair to everybody? But then we don't really go anywhere with that. And that's what's kind of annoying. Like, I would love for her to advocate more and #worthy up and say like, hey, it's not fair. We should all divide this up equally, but we're not going to get that.
And can I just go out on a limb and say that I feel like it's misogyny to equate niceness with being a good person as a woman.
Yeah.
And I think as women, we need to get out of that blueprint because there's something that's very divine about being Kali Ma.
Yeah.
And in your rage and in your power and demanding what you're owed. And so for Mary to constantly be like, well, I'm not going to speak out of turn, or, you know, it's beneath me to tell the truth. Like there's something that's very misogynist and dark about internalized misogyny, and I wish she would get out of that. And I feel like she needs to feel empowered to do that, to tell the truth, like tell the whole truth. If you can do that, first of all, I will respect you so much more, and second of all, the truth will set you free.
Facts. Okay. And really, like, the only quote unquote bitchy thing we get from Mary in this segment is her saying, comb your fucking hair, Kody. Which, I mean, I did appreciate a little bit, but it was kind of forced out of her because of Jen. It was prompted
by Jen.
Yes, and it's like, say more. Like, Kody, you have a small dick. Kody, you're bald. Kody, you're the worst. Like, I would love to hear that from her. I feel like it would be so healing if she could allow herself to be honest and to express her true emotions, but she really does have that warped perspective of like, it's beneath me and I'm just going to be nice and be the better person. It's like, no, just be real.
Well, and you're still protecting the cult.
Exactly.
You're still protecting the people in the cult and the religion itself. And speaking of hair, was it me or was her hair in this episode like egregiously straight?
Yes.
Like needles straight, like sticks. Like pickup sticks straight. I just don't know who's counseling Mary on this hairdo. And I'm not going to say it every week, I don't think. But like this week, I was just like, Mary.
I know.
You got to look in a mirror, honey. It does not look good. I see you with some waves.
Yeah.
I see you with some length, some flow. What's happening?
I know.
With the raggedy end.
It's really, and it's like very, very straight, like at the bottom. And I'm like, girl, I can't. There was a throwback picture at some point in this episode where it was her, Kody, and Leon, like way back in the day when Leon was like a little kid. And Mary had this really long, luxurious blonde hair. And I'm like, Mary, bring that back.
A little bit.
Oh my God, it would look so much better. But
just yikes. Just yikes.
Big yikes. And then we bop on over to North Carolina where we have the majority of the family out there, even like Christine, David, Truly. Most or if not all of Christine's kids are out there. And then,
Aspen is not, and Isabel is not.
I thought they were, but maybe, okay.
I don't know.
Majority of them were out there, and then Janelle's kids, most of them were out there, and they're all celebrating Christmas, which I did enjoy a bit. We do have like a little argument between, well, it's not even really an argument, but it's like a family dispute between like Christine and Caleb about this like fake cannonball, and I'm like, we don't need to talk about this. Let's just get to the family traditions. I'm just like, I can't. No one cares about the cannonball. But we start decorating for Christmas, and we start talking about like family traditions, and we have this like segment with Christine where she's like, I didn't realize that Christmas traditions were so important to my children, like especially after I left Kody. I didn't realize that I should continue on in the family traditions. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, we're currently reading the book that she released this year, in which she went on and on and on about how much she valued these traditions, and that Mary liked to make the turkey, and that Robyn brought her cookies, and all of the different things that the various wives did. So what do you mean that you just assumed that nobody would think about the traditions?
Like, come on. She's talking about how her kids were asking her like, oh, are you going to make the bread that Robyn made? Are you going to make the candy canes that Mary made? And Christine's like, no, why would I do any of that? And it's like, well,
because you still have children, and you chose to bring them up in the structure of this family in the way that you did.
Yeah.
Just because you're out, everybody's got to automatically be out too. That's not how it works.
And this is what's really frustrating to me about Christine, is that she is kind of selfish sometimes. She just doesn't think about like what other people would be thinking about, like especially during the holidays and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's great that you've moved on, but like your kids still have that foundation of this plural family that you chose to raise them in. So of course they're going to still want some of those like familial traditions. And even Janelle talks about it, how important it is to ground yourself in those family traditions, because life changes so much and things evolve, and the future obviously looks so different now than it did in the past when they had everybody together. So I don't know. Christine.
She doesn't think about those things.
No.
And in the book, like there's this section where she's talking about how Isabel found out that she was divorcing Kody. Like she overheard Christine drunk telling everybody, I think at Caleb and Maddie's home, that that was a situation, and Isabel didn't know. And then she promptly goes home to Utah, or no, to Flagstaff, and she's talking to McKelty on the phone about how she's planning to move to Utah, and truly overhears her on the phone. So it's like not intentional. It's about her and what she's doing in the moment, and she's not really thinking about anybody else.
Yes.
So
it's unfortunate, and it's really annoying.
It
but
is.
I do appreciate that most of them are out in North Carolina, that they are celebrating all together, most of them together for the holidays. I think that's really sweet. I think Maddie is still pregnant, like super duper pregnant at this point in time. So it's really great that most of everybody is together and enjoying that family time. It just goes to show that even though the family split up in such a terrible way, like they still have some sense of unity together, which is really nice.
Yes.
And then we bop on over to Kody and Robyn. They have just moved into their new McMansion, and they are decorating said McMansion. And this is where we have Aurora coming into frame and talking about her new boyfriend, Brody, that she's so sprung about.
Yes. And I think that's sweet. And she's very excited about it. It is obvious to me that they've already had this conversation, and now we're doing it on purpose for the cameras to create content. And so I'm not as interested, but I do think that it's precious that Aurora has found somebody.
Sure.
She's very excited about it.
I just think it's weird that
it's
like
very childlike.
You're 22. Why do you have to like make an announcement to your parents that some guy asked you to be his girlfriend?
And she does it in such like a nervous way.
I know.
A trepidatious way.
Like she wants approval.
Tell your parents that you met a man. Yeah. That you think he's hot and sexy. He's a cowboy, boy. I know. He's got magic hands, mama. And just stand behind that. But she's still so beholden to them. And I think specifically to Robyn. And I think it's probably because she maybe just got out of school. She's still living with them. They are financing her entire life, her vehicle, her insurance, everything. And so this is how she feels like she needs to proceed to please them.
Yes.
And that's the story to me.
That's problematic AF. Because I'm like, you are a whole adult. You can do your own thing. I understand that you're living at home.
Why are you so nervous?
Yeah, but like you don't need anybody's approval. But like maybe she needs Robyn's approval more than anything. Because when you notice like she told Kody and Robyn in this very staged conversation in their very cluttered garage with all of Kody's bullshit, Robyn's jaw got really hard. Whereas Kody was kind of like excited for her or like feigning excitement, but Robyn was just like, okay, that's cool. Well, let's meet him. It's a really big deal that we meet him, and so let's invite him over to decorate our little Christmas tree in our game room that we have.
I was like, are you in an attic? Where are you staging this scene with the Christmas trees? And you could tell she was so chagrined because it was the wrong Christmas tree. It's like that scene from, what is it called? Oh my God, Spinal Tap. With the Stonehenge. Have you ever seen this? If you've seen it, you already know that they're singing this really dark metal rock song about Stonehenge. And so at some point, there's supposed to be this replica of Stonehenge that descends from the ceiling. And all of these people are supposed to dance around it. And unfortunately, it's this really small, like 10-inch Stonehenge. And then you of all of these dwarves just dancing. Anyway, it was just like, it didn't turn out the way that they expected it to. And I just had the same vibe check from Robyn when she pulled out those Christmas trees and she's like, what's going on here? I look stupid. God. Yes, you do.
That was intentional, or like, do you think that it was an actual accident?
I think it was an accident. I think she was expecting to pull out like an 8-foot Christmas tree that they were going to decorate together as a fam. And it ended up being like a 2-foot Christmas tree. I thought it was great.
Embarrassing.
Yes.
I did enjoy that, though. I enjoy seeing Robyn uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Maybe that makes me a horrible person.
Well, she was really uncomfortable with Kody.
But she was so uncomfortable. Oh my God.
With
Don't
Kody.
even get me started.
What's happening in this relationship? She seems repulsed by him.
I mean, wouldn't you be, though?
Yes, indeed. But I wouldn't have married him in the first place.
I mean, true. But like, every time Brody shows even an ounce of affection to Aurora, Kody, in this like weird competitive way, is like trying to do the same thing with Robyn. Like, he pulls out like a box that it's supposed to be mistletoe or something, and he makes this really cringe comment because Robyn's just like focusing on other stuff, like trying to get ornaments for the tree that they're going to decorate, the 4-foot tree. And Cody's like, yeah, so this is mistletoe, Robyn. And she like doesn't hear him, and then he says it again, and she doesn't hear him again, or like is intentionally ignoring him. But there's lots of these weird moments.
There's a lot of them. I think he says something about the way that he looks at Robyn.
Yeah.
And he's asking Aurora whether Brody looks at her in the same way. But yeah, he's making overtures to her of a romantic / sexual nature, and she's just constantly swerving and rebuffing him.
It's so weird.
And he even says something like, I know I probably embarrass her, or I know that she probably doesn't want me to be doing this, but I just can't help it because I just love her so much, and I want everybody to see how much I love my wife.
Ew.
She's not into it, Kody.
No, not at all. And then they try to spin it like she's got to retrain herself to accept PDA because, and according to Kody, he says this in his talking head, like she was very careful for many years to hide what they had and not let the world know this special thing that they had together. And so they're spinning it like, oh, she's just uncomfortable because for so many years she couldn't accept his PDA and couldn't accept his affection and blah, blah, blah. Girl,
yeah,
I ain't buying it for a second. I feel like she's so grossed out by him, and now he's this loser who lost 3 women, and he's broke, but they're pretending like they're not because they have this mansion. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
Very.
And I was really side-eyeing her. Like, I feel he's legitimately in love with her.
Totally.
Like, he definitely is attracted to her. He wants to show her off, but like, she is so closed down and closed off. I'm very concerned. Like, the minute he loses access to this wealth, to this fame, she is gone, dude.
I hope so. From your lips to God's ears. I want that so bad. I know I shouldn't wish bad things on people, but like, these are bad people, so I don't care. I really don't care. But yeah, this whole segment was like really awkward. I could tell that they wanted it to be like wholesome, but it's hard for you to like film a wholesome moment with demons.
Yeah.
And then Aurora and Brody, who I think are genuinely just 2 young kids in love or whatever. And I think that's sweet, even though they are kind of awkward.
What's with the knives? What's with the knives?
Well, I feel like it was kind of like a nice
but
gesture,
the
but
way
then Kody,
he ended up describing it was like, well, if you need to use it against me, you have a knife. I'm like, what?
Well,
and then Kody like took the baton and ran, and he's like, okay, so like under what circumstances do you think that maybe she would need to be protected from you? And Brody is just like, oh, I don't know how I got into this quagmire and I have no idea how to get out of it, which as a parent, I would see that and I would be like, let me just take care of this for you. It's no problem, Brody. But no, Kody asks again. And I think he asks again after that. And Brody just does not know what to say. And this is where we have Kody on the couch talking to us about his idea of how a man should treat a woman, and he's concerned about their intimacy because, you know, if you're not going to marry the girl, then you're kissing somebody else's wife. And I'm just like, that's rich from a man who had 4 wives.
I know.
Therefore 3 mistresses, just banging all these women all the time, and you want to presume to set yourself up on some kind of pedestal and tell this young man who's showing up in a cowboy hat, he's adorable.
He is.
Like, you want to lecture this boy about how to be in a good relationship. Like, this is what I'm saying. Narcissists cannot see themselves as the world sees them. I think even Robyn in these moments is like, oh, cringe, Kody. Like, s20e5, Kody. Yeah. She's trying to walk out of the frame, but Kody doesn't stop.
No,
he keeps on going.
He makes it so much worse because this moment that was kind of a sweet thing that Aurora was talking about Brody, like, he's really sweet, like, he's not gonna hurt me or anything, and this is the metaphor that he did, like, he gave me a fucking knife because he's so safe or whatever, and then Kody ruins it by over-explaining and being a total narc. It's just like, I don't understand why we need to have this. And then this whole conversation with Kody and Brody and then his little interstitial is all about Aurora's chastity, but then it goes into him and how he was actually a really honest and protective man with Robyn, and he didn't touch Robyn at all until they got married.
The way I was shouting at my television, Beatrice, I'm like, you are such a liar.
A dirty fucking liar.
We saw you kissing her while Christine was giving birth to Truly.
Come on.
What are you talking about? And all these jaunts down to St. George, Utah, where you spent an entire weekend. What, were you just holed up in the Motel 6 while she's out doing something else? No, you're in the Motel 6 with Robyn. Yep. Y'all are banging it out.
Or they were soaking, like the Mormons soaking.
God.
That's probably what they were doing. And
he's such a liar.
I know. It just pissed me off. I'm like, shut up. I felt like he did that deliberately because everybody online has been talking about how him and Robyn totally were banging during their courtship. And even Christine kind of alludes to that in her book, entitled Sister Wife. She alludes to it in the book. And so he's trying to save face. And it's like, oh my God, you're just a dirty, bald liar. Mm-hmm. I can't. I'm so over it.
Yeah. I mean, and here again, I'd like to be positive. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's Christmas though. Oh, look at those little trees. One has the cowboy hat on it. The other has the bow. It looks so precious and wholesome. That's fantastic. In your huge fucking home that you purchased for $2.1 million, of which you put $400,000 down because you siphoned it away, allegedly, in my opinion, I think, from the family LLC. So, like, I'm just going to reserve that. I'm going to put that to the side. Yep. I'm just going to be happy for little Solomon and Aurora and everybody. Like, Merry Christmas, bitches. Merry Christmas. Looks like you're having a great life.
My God. It's so audacious, though, to, like, film them in this new McMansion that it's so big that they have multiple Christmas trees in multiple rooms around the mansion.
Yes.
I'm just like, wow, you guys got some balls. But keep showing me the McMansion so I can keep ridiculing it. Because, like, we were in that booty kitchen and I'm just like, I was watching it with your daughter, my wife, and I was like, they paid $2.1 million.
It's not a good kitchen for that price point, but it's Flagstaff and everything is overinflated. But did y'all see, like, the shelves that were already, like, stacked with papers and already sloppy and just overflowing with all the various things? Can you imagine how Robyn is going to be filling up that McMansion with all of her Dickensian Village pieces and the Etsy dolls and the Etsy doll clothing and the crystal towers and the Phoenix Rising?
Notice how she didn't talk about any of her shit, though. She blamed it all on Kody having quadruple the stuff because he had duplicates of everything in every single house, and when all these bitches left him, they gave him all his stuff back. And so we're supposed to believe
that's why
that this house is full of just Kody's extra clothing that he had at the other wives' house. Please. I can't. And then we have Jen and Mary, again, 2 lesbian lovers, going on a little trip to New York City for Christmas. And they don't say why they're going, but, like, I went and looked on their Instagram. They went to go see Wicked. And they went to, it was literally last year. And that's fine.
Them. Yeah.
That's great. But they're, like, having a little fun girl getaway where they're totally scissoring.
In your lesbian fantasy, which does persist.
Well, I would just love that. For Mary.
Yes, me
I
too.
would just love it for her. And Mary says, maybe there's some single men that I can run into on the street in Central Park or whatever. Like maybe I'll find somebody.
Well, she checks the apps and whatever location
apps,
she goes to. And she was thinking that in New York, it would be a bit of an upgrade. But she says, unfortunately not, compared to those men in Utah.
Kind of made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, Mary, is it just because your standards are kind of high?
Yes.
I feel like it's that.
Yeah.
But, whatever. And then this is where we talked about, like, Mary not taking trips for herself, and now she's more well-traveled, and she attributes that to Jen, because Jen helped her, like, get out of her shell a little bit. And I did appreciate that. I think that's good. It does give us insight into Mary and how sad of a life she had before, like, leaving Kody, like, not feeling like she was worthy enough of taking trips on her own or going out and being her own individual person. She never traveled alone until she was like in her 40s, which is crazy to me. And then we have like a little interstitial with Kody, who said he never remembered the Lake Havasu trip. And then he says that there were many times where Mary actually just abandoned the whole family and nobody knew where she was, implying that she was like out, I don't know, on a bender or something. I'm just like, Kody, what are you even saying?
Getting catfished, probably.
Yeah.
Probably the only reason he noticed is because Robyn noticed. And the only reason Robyn noticed is because she was asking herself the question, well, how can she afford to travel so much? What money is she using for all of that? Because remember, Mary tells us, and I don't remember when she told us, I don't think it was this season, I think it was last season, like Kody and Robyn actually asked her about her LuLaRoe money and where it was all going, as if to suggest that she's supposed to be paying more of that money into the family fund, which, of course, in my opinion, they have been stealing from. So they're probably wondering, well, where are you traveling to? Well, you miss money bags.
God.
Yeah.
Like it's your fucking business. How about let's see all of those American Girl doll clothes that you bought, Robyn? I just can't.
I know.
I can't with
but
them.
We're being positive.
We are being positive.
Yeah, it's great. Dolls are great.
Dolls are great.
Self-soothing. It's good.
Yeah.
Why do you think she needs so many dolls?
I don't know.
She's a 45-year-old woman.
I think it's really weird to me that she's buying like American Girl dolls
and she's dressing them up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's inviting Aurora into the room to dress them. Maybe not. Maybe Aurora can. Not Aurora, but like Ariella.
Yeah.
To come into the room. But I doubt anybody can. I think it's just her.
I don't know. It's really weird.
Halogen lighting, just looking at all of the specific clothing and dressing them just so they're her little friends.
They are her little. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they are her little friends because she has none.
Well, how could she?
I mean,
except for the ones that she pays to be her friends, like the nanny. And that's what the nanny does. She sits with Robyn in the basement with all the dolls and the Dickensian village, and they play with their dolls.
That's right. I mean, if you think about it, like, we don't see Robyn with anybody else other than Kody. So what kind of life does she really have besides being a shut-in, high on Ambien, playing with her American Girl dolls?
Yes, and they all drink.
Oh, totally.
And I bet Robyn probably imbibes of some glasses of wine or some mixed cocktails and the Ambien.
Definitely.
Just in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yes.
Maybe some painkillers in there too. Yeah.
That sounds great.
I mean...
Why wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you have to if you're married to Kody?
Yes,
though? I mean,
please medicate me, knock me out.
God. But then we end the episode with like a little Christmas carol because back in North Carolina, Christine's trying to get the family to practice caroling, and then we have the little interstitials between all of the adults and their little separate interview rooms where they sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," and we're trying to pretend like this means things are good and they're happy, and we're also getting a Christmas episode on the week of Halloween. I don't understand.
I was disassociating. I was tripping the light fantastic. I was in the 6th dimension with Jesus and Buddha. I was just having a great time. I was not present with this stupid episode.
It's just like super weird to me, like how we had this family break up in a really traumatic, awful, violent way, honestly, with how like nasty Kody was the entire time, and then now we have this like
we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Like, what is that?
With Kody and Robyn literally singing this song on the couch.
Yeah.
With these big cheesy grins.
I know.
Thinking they're rehabbing their image. Thinking we're going to buy into this. Honey, the dumpster doesn't buy it.
At all. And then we're going to have the apology tour that's still to happen
oh my God.
in this season.
Wind it down. Let's just close up shop already.
Do it in one episode.
I don't need to be here for 17 more episodes.
Oh my God.
And then a Sue Kanya tell-all?
No!
Wait, we're being positive. We are being positive. What was the best thing about this episode for you?
The end.
My best thing was probably Janelle putting David in his place and saying, I'm not going on farmersonly.com. I am my own woman. I've got agency. I'm a self-determining individual who's going to do her own thing.
Yep. I did like that.
I like that a lot.
I forgot to mention that because David was teasing her about going on Farmers Only. And I'm like, let Janelle live.
God, it's just been a year or something.
Shit. And maybe she doesn't want to find another person. And that's fine too. Mm-hmm. It's okay if she wants to be single and live her best life on her farm.
She has spent 30 years with this trifling man. Let her be celibate.
For real.
Let her have a decade out on a farm with her flowers. We don't need a man.
No.
She's perfectly fine.
Yep.
When she's ready, the man will come.
Yeah. Or she's just best friends with Bob.
Yeah. Who's Bob?
Battery operated boyfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know who Bob is. I know you have a cat named Bob.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I do have a cat named Bob.
I was like, what? I'm confused.
You probably were confused.
6'7".
6'7".
Well, is there anything? Oh, is there a preview?
Yeah. I was gonna say,
sorry.
There's the preview. So we have the preview of we're going to close on Coyote Pass soon.
Okay.
Which I'm just like, also.
And I'm snoring.
Didn't we have an episode of that 2 episodes ago where we were already were dividing up the property equally and stuff. And so now we're pretending
we were just talking about it.
Okay.
We were just implying that maybe someday we would.
All right.
But now maybe we got to get a lawyer involved.
I thought we had to sell it though in order for Kody and Robyn to get their mansion.
I don't know what's happening. I'm very confused.
I'm confusion. And then we have Kody Skyping Mary and Janelle, and he's like, hi guys, how you doing? And both of them are mean mugging him. They're like, just get to the fucking point. Yeah. And he's like, I thought it would be cordial, but it's not even that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I can't. Staying positive.
And then we have David and Kody going go-kart racing for some reason.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I saw David talking to Christine about maybe meeting up with Kody, but not being
that's what it's about.
Brother husband.
That's what it's about.
Oh, no.
That you're not going to be friends with him, but are you going to hang out with him? And then they end up hanging out.
Why are we platforming Kody Brown in the world, Special Forces and David Woolley?
No.
I don't understand.
I don't get it. And then we have Kody with this scene that we've seen a million times, but Kody telling Robyn that he got a fake email from some fake woman who wants to pretend that, or wants to be involved in their family and be his wife. He wants everybody to know that he's still desirable.
And then Teresa from Seeking Sister Wife. And then Robyn gets her jaw.
She's
super
mad.
hard. She seems mad. She sets her jaw in that way that she does. And she's like, I don't want to hear this from you, Kody.
But I thought polygamy was your dream, Robyn.
As long as it can be guaranteed and I can sign a contract where I will not lose, then maybe.
A little polygamy prenup.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the preview. And we're going to be positive.
Yes, we are.
We're going to look forward to next week.
I'm looking forward to it, bitch. Is there anything else that we need to say to these beautiful raccoons before we get up on out of here, bitches?
Well, Merry Christmas. And if you love our podcast.
Your shirt. Your shirt is awesome.
It's Christmas.
She's got a Merry Christmas shirt on. Yes.
Merry Christmas. And if you love our podcast, please go to your favorite podcast platform and leave us a glowing 5-star review. Really helps us grow the pod and we really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
We will be back later this week, in fact, on Halloween, unless you are a patron, because if you're a patron, you're going to get it one day early. We're going to be back to talk Seeking Sister Wife. I've already got it on my brain.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get into it. Until then, please do not forget that we have nothing but love for you, and peace out.
Bye.